Good afternoon. I am Julio Gonzalez with Team MUV, and today we have a special guest, Emilio Cornejo with PGS law firm out of Panama. Emilio, thank you for coming and having this conversation with me. Tell me a little bit about PGS.
Well, thank you, Julio, for having us in the first place. PGS Attorneys is a law firm established in Panama City almost 18 years ago, actually. We've been in the market, let's say, providing services addressed for those international investors that are looking for a safe market where to invest, having a US dollar as a currency, and being where we are located, we've been the focus of a lot of expats that are looking to relocate, to invest, to have a safe place. You know that Latin America for the past 20, 25 years have had a lot of let's say, noise. Uncertainty. And Panama, somehow we've managed to stay out of it, keep doing business, and somehow try to replicate what Miami has to offer here in the States. So I'm excited to be here and share some thoughts on what we have to offer and maybe see what collaborations can start from here.
And we're here brought together by our good friends, Energy Matters News. So
Fantastic.
Thanks to them for making this collaboration possible. So, you know, I'm a real estate agent here in South Florida. I enjoy helping individuals become owners from having been renters, but also working with investors for that wealth building opportunity that comes from a real estate investment. How does the Panama real estate market work? How does it respond from an investor perspective?
Is an appealing option, I'll say. For the past 20 years, we've had a real estate market that's been booming with its ups and downs like everywhere else, but quite stable, as I say. We have certain advantages, such as that any individual, being a tourist or citizen or resident, can invest in Panama directly as a private person or through a company or foundation. They may gain access to permanent residency status depending on the type of investment they do, and of course still enjoy a nice ROI in a safe place. We do have certain advantages such as low property taxes, which is also convenient. And on the insurance standpoint or point of view, there are some that are recommended, but not most of them are compulsory to have. Sometimes that's good, sometimes not that much. But in any case, is a nice alternative, not only for U.S. citizens, but from people from all over the world. One main disadvantage, I have to say, is that our banking system is not that friendly to those that did not have some sort of income source in Panama or are not residents. The Panamanian banks need to have some kind of a substance in order to provide nice conditions. I understand that Miami is, let's say, more competitive in that end, right?
Yeah, we have some great financing opportunities here in the States and throughout South Florida. We have bank statement loans. So as long as you can show that you have enough money in the bank, you can get a mortgage. We have what's called a DSCR. If the property generates sufficient income on its own, that's sufficient.
That's sufficient. That's fantastic.
There's the traditional 25% down payment from an investment perspective. You're always going to pay a little bit more interest rate than on a single family, or primary residence.
As a tourist, as a non-resident, you say?
In general.
Doesn't matter. They don't care about the subject, but about the property.
The investors
the collateral.
Always pay a little bit higher.
Okay, but that makes sense.
So you can, for instance, if you're going to buy your primary residence, today you're going to pay about 6.85%.
Okay.
From an investment perspective, you're going to be closer to 7.6.
That's not that bad, to be honest.
It's not that bad.
Not that
it's
bad.
just, people need to understand.
Of course.
They need to. They're going to pay a little bit more.
Of course, as an investor, I believe that should be expected.
Absolutely. And that's where, having a good real estate agent, such as myself, you have those conversations Because a lot of people come in and expect, oh, I can do a 3% down payment FHA on an investment home. No, that doesn't work. FHA 3% is for your primary residence, not for investment purposes. There are people that get away with certain things, but that's not the way to do it. But a good real estate agent with a good team of mortgage lenders and title companies can absolutely make the transaction a lot easier for the foreign investor.
Well, it's paramount to have the right advisor next to you, and I agree with you. We're not only attorneys in Panama, we're also realtors as well. And we have a full team of realtors in Panama that are ready to assist and advise as well, because it's not just about showing you properties, it's going beyond what's expected from the investor's point of view. Not only being able to explain the right ROI, but be able to find options to secure that investment. It's fantastic that you have that team with you, including the financial part. In Panama, we do have some kind of team behind that. I guess that conditions are not as good as the ones you may have here in Florida, right? There are bridge loans, of course, with different terms that may help secure the property now, and maybe in a couple of years have access to the regular financing system.
Absolutely.
But that's where maybe we have a difference. On the other hand, when it comes to property taxes in Panama, you pay something between 0.5 to 1%.
Wow.
It's a bracketed system, and it's convenient, to be honest, convenient. And you even have a system that allows you to pay way less if it is for your main dwelling, your main property, right? Not an investment property. But I guess somehow we do have certain similarities that is nice to explore and see where can we advise each other. I have had clients with investments in Panama that also have investment up here. Are they looking for investments up here?
And you know this because you're living in Panama, but the expatriate community in Panama from the U.S. is pretty significant.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that a lot of that transition comes as an investment.
That's correct.
So
that's correct.
How do you see that expatriate, making their way to Panama through real estate?
Well, on the one hand, it's not only looking for an investment. Sometimes, I don't want to say most of the time, but several times they're looking for a plan B. Maybe where to retire. Panama has been in the top list of best places for retirees for the past 20, 25 years. But not only retirees, expats of any kind, they're looking for a place, maybe not where to fully relocate, but where to spend some months and also have a nice investment. Canadians, for example, snowbirds, they want to spend winter out of Canada, and the tropical sides is always appealing, I'll say.
Is the driving as bad in Panama from the snowbirds as it is in South Florida?
You said it, I didn't, but yeah, I guess yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
we struggle October 15th to April 15th. We struggle with all the snowbirds, and it's not just Canadians. There's plenty of folks from New Hampshire,
From up north,
Vermont,
yeah, I guess.
So it's not just the Canadians. We like the Canadians.
Tell
me a little bit about the property types that you have available for investment in Panama, because we have a lot of duplexes, we have a lot of high rises. What are some of the profiles?
Yeah, high rises, condominiums is always appealing. There's a bunch of people that they don't want to be so urban, they don't want to stay in the city. So we have mountain properties, beach property. Keep in mind that Panama has shores both of the Atlantic and the Pacific. There's plenty of beaches around, nice beaches to enjoy in the Caribbean side or the Pacific side. But anything from commercial to offices to residential or to let's say holiday properties as well is available.
Vacation rentals?
Vacation rentals for sure. One thing to consider now that you mentioned vacation rentals is that there's a prohibition for short-term rentals within Panama City. You're not supposed to lease for less than 45 days. There's people that find the way around it, but they're exposed to themselves to paying high fines and penalties. But all in all, we have mostly what you have also over here. Panama is not a large country. It's a very small country, to be honest. You can drive from the east to the west in 6-7 hours. You can go from the north to south in an hour and a half. It's very narrow. That's why we have the canal. And anyway, there's something to see everywhere. And again, you are able to get to know the countryside in just a couple of days. which is nice.
And I know you guys do immigration also.
Yes, we do.
How is that climate when it comes to an expat perspective, getting some sort of permanent visa, or how does that work?
There are, let's say, three main residency programs that North Americans, both Canadians and US citizens, are looking for. There's one available for retirees. As long as you are receiving at least $1,000 as a retirement pension, it should be a pension out of a retirement program, not just any kind of income, then you may relocate to Panama and obtain a permanent residency right away. There are two residency by investment programs that a lot of US citizens are interested in. One is known as the Friendly Nations Visa, and that basically grants initially a 2-year residency permit to then grant permanency. And this one requires an investment in either real estate or a bank CD for at least $200,000.
Okay.
And we also have some sort of golden visa program that grants permanency upon one single application, and that requires an investment that is a little bit higher. That's $300,000. But yes, it grants permanency in just a couple of months. And not only that, this is the one and only residency program that allows for a remote application. The rest of the programs will require visits to Panama. But this one, they keep it special, I guess.
So for our US viewers that might be looking for somewhere to retire, PGS can help you not just finding a place to live, but also with your permanent residency.
That's the whole idea. PGS actually stands for Panama Global Solutions. And back in 2007, when we brainstormed the name, we were looking to provide some sort of like everything under one roof solution for expats, for international investors. We also have like a backup accounting services behind that. You just said as well, corporate asset protection as well. So everything that an expat or an international investor may want to get in Panama, we are able to provide it.
So as you can see, between Team MUV here in the US and PGS in Panama, we have a great collaboration where we can facilitate investment in either country.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter which direction you're going. Emilio's team and mine will work together to help you with all of your investment needs. I'm in a networking group that helps Colombians and Venezuelans.
We have a bunch of South
Florida.
Americans looking to relocate here as well.
So recently, have to show off the sports and activity directory, which just came out. Page 15 has our ad where we are your trusted partners for everything investment.
Fantastic.
So I'll send you one of these and the links
I will
that you
want.
can
Yeah,
share,
please do so.
in Panama. Is there anything else you want to share with our viewer community?
Not much. I mean, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do it through Julio. We'll be happy to receive you in Panama. And if you want to get to know more, we always offer courtesy consultations via Zoom or Teams. And for very special groups, we can even organize something up here physically if you want to.
So we'll make sure to put all of Emilio's and PGS's information down in the comments for the video. But as he stated, if you want to reach out to me, I'll be more than happy to facilitate a conversation. Emilio, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Spending a few minutes to chat with our viewers. I will see you next time you're here in South Florida.
Hopefully pretty soon.
And I'll come see you in Panama shortly.
I'm expecting that for sure.
Awesome. So Emilio, thank you so much for coming and talking to us tonight, sharing with our viewers all the synergies between South Florida and Panama for investors. And to our viewers, that's our show. So thank you all. Team MUV, building dreams and legacies one home at a time.